Was good, kick. Who in here? Was good? Was good? Drop a one in the chat if you in here from YouTube. Drop a one in the chat if you in here from YouTube. What's good? Drop a one in the chat if you in here from Kick. I was gonna go live yesterday, but didn't really get. I had the chance, but I didn't really feel like going live. Literally, we're gonna be live for like an hour, man. Hopefully, we get out of here in an hour. We're gonna talk about when a woman falls back. I think this is a very vital topic. Just like a vital organ. This is a vital organ of your attraction. You know, there's been periods in my life where I call myself an attraction coach. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Like just to define myself, like, yo, what am I? You know what I'm saying? I only had this YouTube channel for about a year and some change. And when I first dropped my first ever video on this YouTube channel, I said to myself, what is these videos gonna be about? I said, what do I think I'm best at? You know what I'm saying? Or what is the skill that I feel like I naturally have? Was good from Twitch. I said, I feel like I'm good at talking to women. Maybe not so talking to them, but just attracting them. You know what I'm saying? And so my job, well, first of all, my mission as a man is to make other men better men. But my mission on this channel is to be a lifestyle and dating coach. But how can I be a dating coach if I can't attract women, right? So a major part of my whole ethos is attraction. You know what I'm saying? Attraction. And one of the greatest things y'all men can learn about attraction is motion and movement. You know, I just started following this guy on YouTube. I subscribe to him, and he works out. And he always say, movement is the medicine. Movement is the medicine. And I found that to be quite interesting because a lot of guys, they sit still, they let years go by, weeks go by, months go by, and what do? They make about 4 or 5 moves per day. You know, you could be making 100 moves a day. You could be making 100 moves a day. You could be making 100 moves a day. And, you know, one of the things that stood out to me early, to myself even, you know, because as I bring content to y'all, I'm actively talking to women. And I'm like, yo, you know what's crazy? Like, the average woman does way better in life than the average guy. I don't know about other races, but I'm black. So the average woman, from my perspective, has been doing on average better in life than the average guy. If you come from any urban territories at all, you know this is a fact. Yes, there's a select few of guys who are never been in any trouble. There's a select few of guys who make it out and find a way. There's a select few of guys who transform their lives into great, honorable, respectable people. And anybody can do it, yes, but the question is, how hellish or damaged is your life? Where's your starting point? Because everybody got a different hand of cards that they're dealt. But anyway, when we talk about women, like I said, one of the main things you want to do is learn how to attract them. You can't do anything without learning how to attract women. If I'm call myself a dating coach. Even me, you know what I'm saying? And I had to see how uneasy it is to wake up, go out of your house on a every other day or so basis and actually get women that are minding their fucking business to choose up on you. Because one thing I never realized, but I did realize it because I always tell y'all, is that 85% of the women that I always got were coming from me minding my business, me being focused on my goals, me being in school, me being in Job Corps, or me being in just school or in the neighborhood. But the art of minding my business was so woven into the attraction at these younger ages that I didn't even realize that that was the key to attraction. So you know, when you young, you think every girl that's choosing up on you, you assume that she likes the way you look. Because what else can you assume? You're not really taught or bred to be a player yet. You're not taught to really know the game, so that's all you really got. But I'm not nowhere near done. So if y'all are in here, make sure y'all stay tuned because I'm nowhere near done with this ism. I'm just getting started. Y'all go ahead and make sure y'all follow me on all platforms, you know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. So fellas, listen. First thing first, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to attraction, food is going to be the biggest weapon against your attraction because food literally you pour it into your body, whether it's drink, whether it's food, chips, candy, whatever, and that's going to literally change the way you feel. And feelings create sexual tension. A person could feel very confident in their body, and women will naturally pick up on that, vice versa. So do with that information what you may. I'm not going to tell you how to eat. I'm not going to tell you how to live. I do have something called the GLW diet plan. Like I say, y'all could get on my Patreon. Y'all could follow me on Instagram and or hit me up. And I have that. For the last couple of days, I've been eating nothing but apples, pomegranates. I think I got one more of them shits left. Pomegranates. I think I got two left, actually. Pomegranates, pears. Shout out to Rick Ross. Water with lemon inside of it. I got key limes. Papaya, one of my favorite fruits. And just keeping myself in order, because one thing in life we tend to forget is that order is everything. You know what I'm saying? So what we do, like I said, we go to these stores and we pick up things that we got no business picking up. You know, we have parasites in our bodies just because who our parents are. Parents, parasites. Parents, parasites. The words start off the same way. I had that thought earlier. I said, I got this craving. Just want to go in the kitchen and just grab whatever's in there. Whatever it is that's going to, meet my taste buds or whatever. But I'm like, I got fruit. So why do I have this craving to do something like that? And a lot of us have parasites. And what I told myself earlier, I said, I got to be accountable for things I didn't even do. Things that our parents basically laid out the red carpet to be. Like they bought the ramen noodles. They bought the, whatever it is from the ShopRites, Walmarts, the tuna and all that bullshit. So we have these random cravings. discipline also creates sexual tension. It's not that you can't ever eat or drink bullshit, because tonight I did go to the store and pick up some bullshit because I had to. It's something called a cheat day. And that's another thought I had earlier. I said I'm gonna weave this into my diet plan, my GL Dub diet plan, because there's no way that I could just go fully fruit and not have a cheat day. Like I said, like that's something I went from coast to coast. I went from eating whatever I wanted to just going total fruitarian. And it's like, yeah, I love fruit, but sometimes when you're eating like that, you're going to get this wave of hunger to just eat whatever it is that's available. And you're going to get mad. You're going to be like, so you got to give yourself at least 1 or 2 cheat days per week to just indulge. And I'm not eating brownies and honey buns and shit like that. I'm just saying, like, give yourself a free day to kind of like indulge. Like, it could be like beef jerky. It could be like something that just makes you feel grounded. Because if you eat too much fruit, you don't feel unearthed. Like, you need to feel grounded a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You need to quiet them parasites at least once a week. Like, all right, man, I fed you. You know what I'm saying? We all good. But like I said, it's not to ruin yourself. You get right back on that fruit. The next, even if you could eat the bullshit. Say you go to McDonald's, you could eat that shit, and then by the end of the night, eat another apple or some shit after that, and then by tomorrow, get back, drink some lemon water that whole day, and then keep going. It's all about getting back on track. You dig what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't preach about that part of the game, because like I said, there's women that I'm talking to right now, and a lot of their thought process is about control. No, not to diss them, because I hate dissing women. It's not a diss. It's just a reality, a fucking reality. Every time you meet a woman, it's going to be a war that goes on. It's going to be a fucking war. Welcome to the chat. Whoever just got here from YouTube, drop a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm saying. If I know you, if you want to be known or whatever, if you got any questions. But every time you meet a woman, remember, I'm a lifestyle dating coach, but I label myself an attraction coach at times. So when you meet any woman, there's going to be a frame battle, and that frame battle is going to consist of her trying to unearth if you're worth it. And I'm not talking about her punani, because women throw that around like hamburger helper. They don't, their punani is nothing. Just like us, women are not that different from us, fellas. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, motherfuckers. Women are nasty as hell. Don't think just because you're not getting it that they're not nasty. You know what I'm saying? You're just not. You could just be going through a dry spell. You could not be their type. You know what I'm saying? You could be out of style in your head. Like light-skinned niggas could be out of style. Meaning, like, there's women that like light-skinned niggas, but you might not be her type. So then to you, she's going to say, you light-skinned. But to another light-skinned nigga, she's not going to say, oh, you're light-skinned, because she sees him as her type. But what I'm saying is, a part of attraction is detachment. So let's go ahead and write that down real quick. Detachment. Because this goes right into the fucking title. Detachment. So whenever you have a word and the last 4 letters are MENT, like you got engagement, detachment. I look at the word ment and I literally litterize it. I don't know if that's a word. I litterize it, meaning I look at it as meant, like the word meant to be. So engagement. I can't engage a woman if it's not meant to be. So there's no engagement, meaning like I'm not talking about engagement as in interacting. I'm talking about I can't get engaged to. I can't, like, you know, the engagement that comes before the marriage. I can't engage. Like, I got cousins that's married. I got cousins that engaged, been engaged, marriage, things of that nature. If it's not meant, I can't do it. I don't. No one's in here. No one's commented, but that should make sense to y'all brains. It should make some sense. Detachment, right? Every man is meant to detach from women in general. You're not never meant to be attached to women. A leader can't be attached to his followers. It's the fastest way to fail. God said we're the head, they're the rib, or whatever they are. We're the head, they're the rib. That means they follow us. I find it funny because when you first meet a woman, she's going to be the most submissive she's ever been. A lot of guys can't see it because they don't have any game. They don't talk to women, but that's going to be the most submissive. Because a woman will stay submissive throughout as months unfurl. But anytime y'all meet a chick, unless she just rejects you right off the rip, you're in there like swimwear because she don't know you. So she's in the vulnerable state. She's very open, very malleable, very flexible. You know what I'm saying? But the title of this video is Do This When She Falls Back. Do this when she falls back. Damn. And listen, chat, when I say the word fall back, I'm just saying like she's not like on your D. She's not hitting you up. She's not. I got another quote that I want to give y'all. I came up with this earlier. There's only two places you're gonna be with a woman. Kissing her attention or kissing her ass. Meaning you're going to be either kissing her attention, meaning she's giving you her attention to kiss, or she's giving you her ass to kiss. No in between. What I mean by that is if you just keep track of where you and that woman are, and you ask yourself simple questions like, what is the relationship like right now? Where are we right now? What's going on right now? And you keep track of that as time unfurls. From the time you met her, y'all linked up, from the time y'all linked up, from the time after that, the day after that, the week after that, how has she been behaving? What does it look like? You want to kind of track those things because it's going to give you a feedback of information that you can't really ask a dating coach, or you really can't ask another man anything. And I think that's a part of the game people forget. They go on YouTube or wherever and they look for some dating coach. But a dating coach can only help you but so far. You have to use some of your own IQ. That means you have to read her energy, man. It's really simple. It's really too simple. It's so simple that guys can't do it because they don't talk to women. But that's the problem. Like, even like, there have been times where I thought getting on the phone with women were difficult in my life because, you know, the fear of what if I run out of things to say and things like that. And that's always going to be something that is possible. But it's really impossible when you don't care what they think. So that's where, like I said, another situation where you could either ask a guy, yo, what do I say on the phone with a chick? And he'll give you some wordplay, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But you could look at what other people give you as makeup or a costume, and look at things you say to a woman just because you are Will. I'm Will. I'm saying this because I feel like it. I'm saying this as if I'm on the phone with my mom or any other woman in my life. I'm just having basic square conversation. I'm just talking about things. I'm not pedestalizing and assuming I gotta say the coldest thing under the sun. That's going to allow you to do this thing called gain self-trust. You know? Gain trust, because every time you say something that could be considerably whack or a waste of time, you'll notice like women aren't really running away from you. They're not running away from you. But you could say something that someone else told you to say and it doesn't work. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't work. It could be working at like 8 times out of 10. It could work twice out of 10 times. You like take something someone gave you, it could work 5 times out of 10. It could work 4 times out of 10. Nothing's wrong with somebody giving you something to say to a woman. I still use things that I've gotten from other guys to say to women, because those things have shown me over a course of time that I like it, she likes it, and it's good. But I have to always still create my own custom interactions all the time. There's never a one-track anything. And that's why it's so crazy, because if you don't have no game after you listen to a coach, after you can listen to anybody, but after when you out there on your own, or you're on a dating app, or you're here or there, you have to develop self-trust. And this bleeds into the conversation that I got for y'all tonight about do this when she falls back. When a woman falls back, what does falling back even look like? What does it even mean? Is she even really falling back? Or are you just illiterate to how women behave and move? You know what I'm saying? I've been hearing women lately say this thing. 2 things could be true at the same time. I heard 2 women say that before. 2 things could be true at the same time. And that kind of got me curious, like, why? What do they mean by that? And lately, I've been realizing that that's a very true statement. I mean, it's not far-fetched at all. 2 things could be true at the same time. And that's why women are better, quote unquote, at game than us, because they're more open-minded to certain things. And it's very true. So when I say that, I'm saying this. When a woman, quote unquote, falls back, you got a laundry list of ways to be looking at that. This is the moment of truth, because everybody wants to have game. Everybody wants to know how to deal with women and all of this stuff. But from my personal experience, what I see is that most guys are unsolid, and women are right about how they feel about that. They trust based on their history with guys and their up-to-date experiences today with guys, that guys are always inconsistent, guys are weird, guys are cringy, guys are liars, guys are manipulators. All of those things are just about true. Because as long as you're a human, those things are always going to be somewhat true. But they're not even saying that you're human. They're saying that you niggas is just liars. Like, but here's the crazy part. And this is what I was trying to tell my boy Relly. He ain't in here tonight, but this is what I tried to tell him the other day about We had this interaction. And Shorty told me on here that not that I was inconsistent, but guys are very inconsistent. And she brought up, the fact that I met her and I didn't stay consistent with her, things like that. And I understood and totally agreed with her because guys are liars, pathetic, and all of those things. It's very true. I mean, that's what, and the only reason I can speak like this and say these things is because, first of all, I know women and I know how they talk. And they're not just talking. That's if you think women, this is why the whole red pill shit is a big scam because it's like, it's a scam because the self-improvement part might not be, but the yelling at women and all that's a scam because it's like the women are dead right. They're just telling you their honest experiences. Like if I really believe if women had great experiences with men, they wouldn't have nothing really bad to say. So I say all that bullshit to say this, man. When a woman is quote unquote falling back, is she even really falling fucking back? Because this is the moment of truth. This is where the sexual tension and the desire. Let me write this shit down. Put a star right there. Sexual tension and the desire. And I want to just put anything that is basically useful. Why do I say that? Anything that is basically useful. Nothing in this game is useful if it isn't to your benefit. A woman that's playing, you want a woman to play games with. See, this is why the average guy sucks with women. I'm gonna break this shit down so beautifully. I don't care if it's one person here, 10 people, 100. Listen, as a man, you want to always be so good with women that if they're playing games with you, it makes them look bad. What do I mean by that? You're a man. You're like chess, right? The king doesn't move, and the king can't do a lot of flexible flip floppy shit. The king is solid, so the king is just gonna be like, okay, well, I'm giving this bitch a genuine chance to get on his dick for real, like no games, no bullshit. And women are very highly intuitive when it comes to like who's playing and who's not. They'll give everybody a fair chance. This is why I feel bad for women. This is why I'm secretly a feminist because at least 20%, 15% of me is a feminist because they don't lie. So I can't even be mad at them. They're not liars. Women have been depicted as liars since the beginning of the Bible. And from what I see is women can lie. They do lie, and they're good at it. But a lot of the time they're not lying. So it's like, what I mean by that is sexual tension, her desire for you, and anything that's in your favor when it comes to a quote unquote relationship between the two of you is gonna only blossom because you don't react to her threatening to leave you, falling back, quote unquote, falling back. It's so corny because they're never really doing that. They're acting like they're falling back. Or let's say y'all have spent some time together and she's just going back into her own, I don't know what to call it, like, say like you got a male groundhog and a female groundhog. She's just going into her fucking her ground. She's going into her ground. She's digging back into her comfort zone, her ground. She's like, I met this new guy. I don't know if he's solid or not. And you're talking this big shit. If you've been watching guys like me or any, even Red Pill or any real dating coaches out here that really get women, you're going to be more confident. And that's going to be actually obviously attractive, but at the same time, like women say, two things could be true at the same time, meaning she likes it deep down within, but on the surface, she's like, well, this guy's sexy, but I don't trust this nigga. And that's okay, because who told her she had to trust us? Trust is a vital organ when it comes to longevity and like again sexual tension and certain key fundamental things. But when you first meet anybody, like you shouldn't trust them. So that's not a problem. So don't, fellas, never trip off of her not trusting you, because there's many reasons why women don't trust men, and that's all their own personal issues. We can't baby them in that way. We can only give honest, like, we can only put our foot forward in terms of like, this is what I'm trying to do. And this is why it's also very important for men to know what they want from women. The average guy does not know what he wants. And he doesn't even talk to enough women to be honest and tell the truth. If you don't talk to enough women, you don't even know what you want. You don't even got the experience. You don't even got the fucking fortitude to be like honest and be like, yeah, I'm trying to marry this bitch. Then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 30. I know people, like I said, that's around that's gotten married at probably 26, 27 years old, 25. People who had kids, like I'm sure everybody got friends and stuff who don't have kids and stuff. You as a man, you are a creator, you know? You are a straight up creator, you know? And it's for you to know where you want to take things and things like that, you know what I'm saying? And I say all that to say women are going to be flaky as fuck, because that a lot of guys don't realize women are flaking on almost everybody. Not everybody, but almost everybody. And with good reason behind it too. But you'll never have to worry about a flaky woman if you just approach 15 women a day, or at least 5 to 10 a day. If you are honestly doing that and honestly swiping on the dating apps, you're not going to have any trouble. You're not going to have any trouble, because like today, I don't swiped on every app. I don't swiped on every app for the last 2 days, 3 days. You know what I'm saying? Facebook dating. New apps that I just found out about. Like, I'll be scrolling on YouTube or Instagram somewhere, and because the algorithm know at this point, oh, he's into dating, he's into this, they'll put a woman will pop up and say, oh, this, or a guy will pop up, yo, this dating app is dope. This just matched mad people. And I'll literally click on that and download that app to give it a try. Because the old me would skip over it. I believe I'll only deal with the plenty of fish, the ones that were very popular. But the more game I got, you got to be on every dating app. And then the ones that I tried for like a couple days and they're trash, I just put them in a different folder and end up deleting them. But I have a system. That I use that can be refined. Because no woman is actually loyal the way that y'all want them to be loyal. See, there's a such thing as loyalty, yes. There's a such thing as devotion, yes. But a woman to never be loyal to somebody that's full of shit. See what I'm saying? And then the average guy don't know what he wants. That's the quandary that guys are in. That's the fucking quagmire. Or what do they call it? A fucking mire. That's the fucking dilemma for the average guy. What do you want? If a chick, you know, came into your life and she was everything you wanted, would you be able to really see that? You dig what I'm saying? Would you be able to embrace it? You should have so much game that if a basic chick, look wise, a basic looking chick came into your life, you could when you got game, you could take a chick. What the pimp say, a pig with a wig? That's real. That's not even only for pimps. That's just for niggas that know what that's really good with women. Because when you really know how to deal with them, you're gonna fall in love with them every time. See, a nigga with game fall in love with every chick he talks to because, and that's that could be considered cap. No, that's cap. But hear me out. What I mean by that is a barber loves cutting everybody's hair, except for some niggas' hairline might be so bad. Like, I hate cutting this nigga hair, but he really don't. He loves cutting everybody hair because it's like I'm passionate about this shit. A guy that's good with women, he's like, yo, this the fat chick, she on the roster, or she on, I hit her up sometime. This the chick, you know what I'm saying, the white girl, or whatever. She's this way, but that, any flaw or perceived flaw never is no longer a flaw to you, because you so good with women, you see the potential. You only care about the potential because if she messing with you, it's only gonna be a matter of time before she a better woman. She gonna be better. And I'm talking better, like Game God Goldie better, like reading books, going to the gym, eating healthy. Most women are already trying to be these things. No one's telling you when you meet women, they're not telling you they're failed attempts. If you really sit down with a woman and talk, yeah, I tried to do that. I tried to eat this way. I tried that. Right? And it ain't just about eating, but I'm just saying everything. People are better in units than broken up in what they say, united we stand, divided we fall. That's facts. So if a woman don't want to follow your lead, fellas, you just gotta let her go right then off the bat. Right then. And that goes again back into the topic of this video, which was when she falls back, quote unquote falls back. When she quote unquote falls back. Because women will do that, kind of like pulling the fucking parachute. I'm jumping out of this plane, I'm pulling the parachute. Let them fucking do that stupid shit. Because it's fake and it's fucking fluff and it's full of fucking bullshit. And they're trying to scare you into a position that you're going to regret later on. Because you're fake. If you even look like a player, if you even smell like a player, and she can scare you that way, then she's not gonna believe you. I mean, that should make sense. That should make some sense. That should make some form of sense, because it does. It makes a lot of sense to me. Like, let a chick not hit you up for 1 day. Let a chick not hit you up for 2 days. Let a chick not hit you up for 3 days. You notice I'm saying let her not hit you up. I'm not even accounting for the fact that you could hit her up, because I'm not hitting her up unless I feel like it. But 90% of the time, you shouldn't feel like hitting her up. If you met a chick, linked up with her, and then as a man, your only jobs is to set up link ups every time, over and over again. All that other shit that she tries to do, a woman literally has, I'm not going to say no power, and I'm not going to say 15% of power in a relationship with a man. I'm not going to jump out there like that in this video. But let's just say a woman that's highly interested, and this is another word too, because the term high interest is being used by multiple guys online, right? But there's high interest, and then there's high investment. medium investment, low investment. That's something I don't know if other guys had already coined that term, but I see that in my reality. Like a woman could be high interest when y'all first meet, for sure, for sure. And then if you don't got no game, she'll be medium to low investment, or or she'll be high investment at first, and then when she see you don't got no game, or see that your game ain't is you do anything that's not like manly or like solid in her eyes, that'll make her low investment. She'll go from high investment to low investment. So that's where I think a lot of guys are failing at. Not even in the high interest, medium interest, low interest, no interest spectrum, because if you're even remotely outside, you're going to see some women are highly interested, some women are medium, some women are no interest or low interest, whatever. That's facts. That's facts. That's a fact. You could put me anywhere right now. Put me in the mall. Put me in a party. Put me all different women, all different levels of interest. That's nature. There ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it. I can't even help and make a chick not wanting. Like it's been days where I was bumming it up like a motherfucker and smashed a chick at a party. And there's days when I look way better and chicks were still on me, but I ain't smashed nothing. Not to say I couldn't have, but I'm just saying, by you even being in a place or in an app or on a Facebook or on an Instagram, if you're applying yourself, there's going to be medium, high, and low, and no interest all the time. What do you do with those messages or with those texts from women? That's in your hands. But let's take my high, medium, low, and no investment concept and look at it in terms of the texting phase with a woman, right? So when you first meet a chick, she's highly invested if she wants to either come to your crib or if she wants to go out on a date or any of that type of stuff. Once y'all go on a date or do anything like that, the more of your personality or energy she gets, that's gonna be her moment of truth on her side. Like, do I want to continue to intertwine with his energy? Do I want to continue to be in his proximity? And stuff like that. Hold on. Yo, you on the camera? I'm on YouTube. Get off my.
They see me go by.
Of course they did.
I want to tell you too. They called you Monday. Vertical. They said.
Yo, stop doing that. I'm on live. Like, what's good with you? You telling my information on live?
I just said Vertical called you. That's it.
Man, this bitch crazy. Fuck out of here, bro. These niggas be crazy. These old people be sick. Fucking stupid bitch, bro. What is wrong with her? Fucking stupid. Fucking retard. This fucking cornball, bro. Niggas retarded. Fucking weirdo. It shouldn't even be in my room, bro.